What's up, fam? It's your girl Lo, back again with another vlog. It's been a while since I've seen you guys, but I decided this time to talk to you about fitness, more specifically, FNX Fitness. Now, some of you follow me on social media, or those of you that don't, I'm a brand ambassador for FNX Fitness, and they are a fitness brand, obviously, hence the name, and they do some protein powders, they do like pre-workout posts, they do like regular protein powders, they do BCAAs, they do greens, and they also do some nice little merch. Got myself some, and they reached out to me earlier this year via my email, and they asked if I wanted to become an ambassador, and I was like, yeah, it took a while. I kind of had to take some time to think about it, but I was like, this might be a good opportunity. I'm really into fitness, and like this could be something fun that I could do, and I was like, you know what, why not? So I accepted the spot, and here I am now. So when I started with them, I started with the Restart AM protein blend in the chocolate donut flavor, and let me tell you, if you watched my previous vlog from last week or a week or two ago now, with one of my friends where we made brownies, oh my god, I gotta tell you, that stuff is so good. Literally, when you open it, it smells like brownies, and then when you actually like make the shake itself, it literally just tastes like chocolate milk, which is the best thing ever, because I've had a few other brands, I won't name names, but I've tried a few other proteins, and honestly, they're a little too thick. But this one was perfect. It's just super smooth, like a nice glass of milk, like I said, and it's just a lot easier to take, because the thicker ones can sometimes taste kind of chalky, or like you get that weird aftertaste, or like they're just too thick, like it tastes more like it's more like a milkshake. But this stuff is just so good, and yeah, I would definitely recommend it. And I definitely have noticed a difference when using protein, like when I work out, and I've gotten consistent sometimes this semester. I will admit there was a time where I took quite a bit of time away from the gym. Life just got kind of busy, so I didn't like make enough time for it, which happens, but I got back into it. I started out the semester pretty good. My roommate and I had been going at like 6 in the morning, which is when they open, which is as psychotic as it sounds. But yeah, that was tough to get into, but I think it was helpful sometimes, because honestly, kind of a good way to start the day, because I treat the gym as like a way to clear my head and just kind of forget about whatever else is going on, or if I'm like stressed about things, I'll take that stress out on the weights. It's extra motivation to get myself going and really get a good workout in, which is always helpful. But yeah, you gotta find that routine, which is hard sometimes. So going early in the morning at first kind of sucked, because I don't like getting up early, but I got used to it a little bit. But then I was like, this is not working for me. I'm just too tired, and I don't always have time for a nap. So I tried to fit it better into my schedule, and obviously I was away from the gym for a little while, which definitely sucked. I could see a difference in like how I felt, and like how I felt emotionally and physically. So I definitely had to get back at it, but I'm back there now. I've been going at least 5 days a week, going when I can, just kind of fitting it in the day when I can, or like when I finally have some time. And it's been pretty good, and protein powder and like take protein shakes has really been beneficial for that, because you'll feel sore a lot after the gym, which is good. And if you ask my dad, pain is just weakness leaving the body. Shout out to you, Dad. I never forgot that saying. But protein powder definitely, I have noticed, helped me like not feel as sore, which is good. And if I would go like kind of in the afternoon or in the morning, I would either take it with I would have it with my breakfast or my dinner, depending what time I went, which was kind of nice too. So it was like, it made it easier to take, so they're not just like focusing on like, oh, I really gotta take this shake, I gotta like really focus on finishing it. Whereas if you're taking it with a meal, it's much easier, because obviously when you're eating, you're taking some drinks in between, so it makes it a lot more like sensible to take it that way. And yeah, I just definitely notice a difference there, because when I haven't taken it, I will wake up the next morning and I'll just be like extremely sore. My body just feels really heavy. But when I take the protein, I feel so much better. I definitely feel like it helps build that muscle like it's supposed to. So it's definitely beneficial on that part. Now, I will admit, when I first kind of signed on as ambassador, I was kind of nervous, because I was like, I don't really know what to expect about this. I've never really done anything like this before, and it was only like a couple months prior that I had really set up my like professional Instagram account to like post about stuff like this, and so I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. But honestly, it has been so much fun, and like I was worried that it was gonna be awkward, because I'm like, oh, I'm like it was summertime, so I didn't really have access to a gym, and it's COVID, so nobody really had much access to a gym, and I just worked all the time, so I didn't work out much. But I was like, oh, I'll really do stuff about like with it when I get back to school, because I'll have access to a gym like I do, which is great. But I think it's been like very beneficial for me, because it's given me a lot of more like extra resources of people that I can reach out to and like go to for like fitness help and fitness advice, which has been super beneficial to me, because going into college, I didn't know what I was doing. I'd only ever really done like, I grew up playing sports, but I never really worked out, so I didn't really know what I was doing. And it wasn't until like my sophomore year that I met my friend Jaden, who showed me how to do some stuff in the gym, which was super helpful. That was like the first time we ever hung out was going to the gym, and that was honestly super beneficial, and a lot of that stuff has really stuck with me. And then my roommate my junior year was super into fitness. She was a big CrossFit girl, and she loved lifting and squatting and all that good stuff, and she definitely like helped with some other things as well. And being a female and being kind of close to like my size and height a little bit, it was definitely beneficial to go with her, because she obviously can lift more than me because she's better, but it was more like beneficial to go with her sometimes too, because we're kind of on that same level a little bit, so it made it like easier to understand things, because it would be more of like the same, because we're around the same, if that makes sense. And yeah, it's just like good friends like that kind of got me into it. And then once I joined this, it really kind of pushed me to get better at it and like really get into being fit and finally like feeling better about myself and getting myself feeling better. There's a couple people that have really been some big like important outlets for me so far since joining as an ambassador for FNX, and one of them has been Merrill, and he's actually one of the athletes for FNX Fitness. And I like kind of found out about him like through their website, and like they've posted about him a few times, and I would see like they posted about him a lot on their Instagram, so I was like, oh, check out this guy, like see what he's about. And he's like around my age, I think he's like 23, 24, and so I was like, oh, this guy's kind of interesting. So I gave him a follow, and I kind of saw what he was up to, saw what he was into, and I'm like, this guy's awesome. Like, he does it all. He's like super into fitness, but he's also just like super chill, and he's goofy, and he's just a really like good person, and he knows definitely what he's doing in terms of fitness. He's done a lot of like competitions. He's big into CrossFit and just like staying fit, staying healthy. Like, he definitely is like the perfect person for this brand. And he's just been super friendly, and like at first I was like nervous to reach out about anything, but then it's just like he was super chill about the whole thing. He's like, oh yeah, anytime you ever need anything, like it's totally fine. And even doing this video, I was like, do you mind if I mention your name? Like, you've been kind of like a good resource, so I thought I'd like mention you in here. And he was like, oh yeah, no, totally, no big deal, like let me know if you need anything. I'm like, oh, this like just genuinely good person, and he posts some good content, and like watching his stories, you can usually get a good laugh. Or there's been like every once in a while, there was one day I was just like, wow, I'm like, it's just one of those times where it's like someone posts something that you just really needed to hear, or that like really was relevant to what you're going through at that time, and I was like, wow. And I think I had commented on it, and I'm like, this is just like exactly what I need to hear right now. I'm like, I'm kind of going through similar stuff. I'm like, this was very like motivating, and kind of one of those little extra pushes you need to kind of get yourself back to where you need to be. And it's good people like that you gotta kind of keep around and definitely keep in touch with, and build that like connection with them. And another person I've really become close with is my friend JP, and he's pretty fun. And I kind of reached out to him. He had seen my post that I did on the Facebook page that they have for the ambassadors, and so he followed my Instagram, and I like reached out to him one day about his post that he had made on Instagram on his story, and we just kind of had been chatting since then. So we've been talking for like a couple months now, and he's been so great. He's a super good person to have around. He's med student, he's out in Arizona, and he's a great person. He's been huge for me. He's always checking up on me. We're checking in with each other all the time now, and he's been really good at giving like fitness advice. And when we like get to talk sometimes, he'll be like, oh, like how are you doing, like both, and he'll want to know like fitness wise and just like how I'm doing in general. And so it's nice to kind of have that good like that you can talk about fitness, but you can also just kind of have that like, oh, like let's talk about life kind of thing. And he's pretty cool. He's in med school, he does CrossFit, he's super into this whole fitness thing, and I think it's kind of fun that like I was able to meet someone that way, because I was like, oh, I feel like I'm just gonna kind of be here and everyone's gonna think this is awkward. But just talking to him about it, and like having someone else kind of on the same page, because he's also like a college student technically, so it's good to have someone around like in kind of a similar boat. So it's been nice to have that person to talk to, and just that little extra motivation sometimes when you need it, for sure. I've definitely found that fitness is absolutely a way of life. You really have to push yourself sometimes to get yourself to the gym, because yeah, I will 100% admit I slacked off a lot this semester in terms of the gym, but it happens. Life gets in the way, things get stressful, you get busy, or you're just like, you have those times where you're just super like unmotivated, or you're just really not feeling it, and that's okay, it happens. You have to make sure you always like think about those things that motivate you, and remember why you go to the gym, why you get up every day, why you want to like get yourself better, why you want to like improve all the time. Because yeah, sometimes you do forget, so you have to like refocus and understand why it is you're doing what you're doing. And that can be hard sometimes, but with people that I mentioned like JP and Chase and like my friends here at school, like those are good people. Those are the people that will help you remember why it is you're doing what you're doing. Those are the people that will kind of kick your butt in the gear sometimes, be like, hey, like I'm checking in on you if you're not okay, like what can I do to help you to make you better? What can I do to help you get back to where you need to be? Or hey, it sounds like you're struggling or something at the gym, how can I help you with that? And it's like, even if they can't be here physically, they're still there for me, like virtually, I guess you could say. And that's been super helpful, because on those days I'm really struggling, sometimes I'll reach out to them and be like, I'm just really not having a good day, or I'm just like, I really don't want to go to the gym today, but I know I need to. They're just like, well, if you don't go, it's no big deal, but like you definitely should try to make time for it. Like it's totally fine if you can't, but like they're there for all of it. They want to hear about it. They want to know what's going on. Like they're the kind of people that you can just reach out to whenever, and they're like, oh yeah, like let me help you out like when I can. And it's like, yeah, we're all busy, so we can't respond to things all the time, but like when they do, they put thought into it. They like help motivate you to get better, and like people like that are super beneficial for those days that you're really struggling. And that's something that I've picked up on, and I'm very grateful for people like that, and I'm hoping that I'm like a resource like that to some people, maybe them and maybe like some other people that I haven't like realized I've been a resource to. But you have to find things like that that help keep you going and help you remember why like you want to get on that fitness journey, why you want to like better yourself. As nervous as I was like accepting being an ambassador for them, I'm definitely so grateful I did it, because it got me to meet some incredible people like JP and Chase, and it like kind of helped remotivate me to get back into doing workouts and like getting in shape. And I've definitely noticed some difference as of late. I've been hitting the gym pretty hard, so it's been good to finally see some progress. I've been kind of on the skinnier side growing up a lot, because I did like sports all the time, so that's just like it kind of kept me in shape because of that. And then just coming to college, I didn't have that anymore, so I was like, well, I kind of have to like more like give myself more motivation to really get into it, because I didn't really know what I was doing at the gym initially, so I was just kind of going and doing what I knew how to do, which wasn't very much. So the growth has definitely taken a little while, but honestly I wouldn't change it. It's been great. I've had some great people along the way. I've been very grateful for all of them, and yeah, it's just been really kind of exciting to see all the like progress, especially recently. So definitely like makes me appreciate like accepting this position and really pushing myself, and it's been fun. And yeah, I will definitely throw some links down for some of the people that I mentioned, so that maybe drop them a follow on their socials. They're pretty cool people. And if anybody's looking to get into any FNX Fitness products, you can use my code FNX Fit with Low for 15% off your total order. I will throw a link down to FNX in the description below as well, and you can always find me on my social media at _life_of_low on Instagram. I've been super active on there lately, which has been fun. But yeah, other than that, it's been fun updating you guys on my gym journey. Maybe one of these days I'll post like a workout video, show you some stuff I do, maybe get some of my friends in there. Might have to wait till second semester because I'm going home soon, so it'd be a change of scenery there behind me shortly. But other than that, hope you guys are all doing well, and for now, as usual, stay safe.